Welcome. This is the Kevin Sutton Show, coming to you live, loud, and proud from ESPN 580 Orlando. Hey, this is the crew holding it down. We got Phil, Rich, myself, Myra with the ladies' point of view, and just Nick because Kevin's out saving the world.
One dad at a time.
Yes, and he's got our little Lincoln, who is 1 year old today.
Wow.
Where has the time gone? I remember, I was in the hospital this time. Remember, I used
you were
to
in the hospital for 200 days?
57 days. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but he's our little man now. He's our little man. I can't believe it. He is officially 1 year old. It's great times. But you know what? We're gonna do this right the way we always do it. Let's get started.
Hey guys, don't forget to download the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, even Google Play Music, and starting next month, we are on Spotify, starting June 1st. And just make sure you leave a rating, review, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. 5 stars, baby. Cinco.
And hey, Kevin Sutton Show is also proudly sponsored by Cruz and Pascara, PA, personal injury attorneys. That's right. Are you looking for an attorney? Have you been in a slip and fall, car crash? You need to know your rights? Well, Cruz and Pascara are more than happy to help. Remember, when you're with Cruz and Pascara, you're not a client. You're actually family. And if you swing by and say,
yeah,
the hookup, the VIP treatment, you get the spa, you get the real Jolly Rancher candy that comes up from behind the counter, all of that. But, their offices are in downtown Orlando, 407-841-0200. And please tell them the Kevin Sutton Show sent you. Or feel free to reach out to us, and we'd be happy to connect. But you know what we're going to do? We got in the studio with us Dr. T.
Okay. Today is Tuesday, baby.
It is.
And I don't have words of wisdom today. I have feel facts.
Okay.
Did you know that the only time when you wash your skeleton is when you brush your teeth? Mm-hmm. And let's not forget, we got Myra, the ladies' point of view.
Hey! Oh, yeah. Dale. Dale. We're having a party. Yeah. This month is actually full of parties.
Yeah.
We had Kevin Sutton's 40th over at Ace Cafe.
Cinco de Mayo.
No, and then we had Lincoln's.
Mm-hmm.
We got Faye's graduation coming up. It's a party time. But you know who's slipping and sliding here is you got Mr. Rich Rogers.
What's up, everyone?
Hey.
What's up, bro?
I've been out at some competitions. Got some surf competitions coming up. Getting ready this summer to go back to X Games, Minnesota. So it's getting exciting now that skateboarding and surfing's in the Olympics. So we're going to try to line up some of these athletes.
That's going to be awesome.
Alex Urgente is probably going to be in the Olympics. So that's amazing. So.
Oh, yeah.
But, some great interviews. Hopefully, if we're on the air those nights, I'll line them up and we'll get some great interviews.
Most definitely. And, of course, when you got to be driving on the road, you put your head to the side, put your music up, one hand on the wheel, because you got Just Nick. Nick, do you use this intro for anyone else but us?
No, this is just mine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, no, this is actually, we use this Bump and Scott show, too. But,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But did it develop here with Kevin?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
He actually can claim something from Kevin.
Eminem is back.
Yes.
Him and Royster 5'9", Bad Meets Evil, they're really good.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Eminem, he has never lost.
What has Eminem been doing, actually? Just sitting back making money?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Well, he had an album come out about last year.
Yeah.
End of last year. Yeah. But this is his collab with Royster 5'9", was really good.
Well, the last big thing he did that was controversial was his video about Donald Trump.
Yeah, that was.
And then Kanye West has his type of thing, so it's like
you mean Kanye?
Kanye, whatever the guy's name is, whatever. But anyway, two opposite ends, guys that you would think would be kind of like the other way. If you think about it.
That's true, but it is what it is. I don't pay those guys to talk about politics. I pay them to listen to their music. Mm-hmm. When I want their political advice, I'll let them know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tweet them.
Exactly. But so much is going on. Kentucky Derby over the weekend.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo. We actually went to a Derby Cinco de Mayo party Saturday night, and it was happening.
So what did you guys wear? Because those are two very, very contrasting styles.
So Kevin was DJing. So
Fancy
he actually,
sombreros.
Yeah, right. and I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna say too much, but let's just say it was a nice area. So it was a lot of
Swinger party.
No. I'm just saying let's just say they had like a margarita bar, all you can drink margarita, all types. They had taco bars. They had all kinds of food. They went all out. And then they hired Kevin, a DJ.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you want him to DJ? Yeah, just a private party. I was like, okay. So Kevin wore loudmouth because that way he could cover it all.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. I waited till the Derby was over because I don't have a crazy hat. But it was amazing. It was amazing. We partied. It was like the neighborhood. Do you know where Sheriff Jerry Demings lives?
Windermere.
Yeah, in a gated community. This is the neighborhood right next to it.
Okay.
Another gated community with the guard, not no punching your code.
Ah.
Actually, somebody who had to sign you in, get your plate number.
Yeah.
One of those.
That's when you know it's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a great party. Want to thank them for having us over. It was amazing. But as the party's going on, I kind of, I listened to Kevin DJ. I had to sit and I watched the Cavs play.
Okay.
What a game.
Yes.
Saturday night.
We'll get into that. Let's get into that when we come back. But about the Derby, did you watch the Derby?
It was in a few minutes.
2 minutes. Only
Yeah,
2 minutes.
2
Nick,
minutes.
did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay. What's the biggest amount of money you've ever won from a bet?
I've $100, but I heard about this.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about the lady, right?
Yeah.
Man.
So
Yeah.
you turned $18
Into
$1.2
million
dollars, which is freaking amazing.
and it's very hard to do. And she was a black woman over in Texas or something.
Yes, the Texas woman.
And I was like, wow. And you hear what she's gonna do with the money?
Give it to me.
Yeah, everybody's been buying. She's actually paying her entire daughter's college education. She can do more.
Where
than
is
that
she
with that.
going to college? Like space? Jeez.
But
now, do you have to pay taxes on winnings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
of course you do.
Always. Yeah.
So she'll get about what, 700 million?
700
I
million.
mean 700,000. Sorry.
Probably like 1.2. So that's if you divvy that in half and they get a little bit more than half. Yeah, you're about right. 700,000.
Yeah.
But still, can you get mad?
Yeah.
From
of course you
$18?
can't get mad.
$18, I know. She gets to write off the $18 though. What
Oh,
she put
oh,
into it, she gets to
oh.
write out. All investment she.
Oh.
So if you win the Florida lottery, you have a choice between being paid over like 20 years or being paid in lump sum.
Yeah.
But
I'd
you're
be
going to pay
paid
a
lump.
lot of taxes up front.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, if it gets paid over time, it's non-transferable. So if you die, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you get hit by a car the next day, you're done.
What? Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
there's no stipulation in Florida law where if you choose the monthly payment, which can sound lucrative if they're going to tell you we're going to pay you $10,000 a month,
Yeah.
Until you're 40 or for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
That can sound nice, but then if something happens to you, you got kids, they don't get anything. So I would take the lump sum. What would you guys do?
I would take the lump sum.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're not going to complain about paying taxes on something you never had anyway. You might as well
Well,
just.
and nothing you had to work for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the one thing when you figure.
I have to work for thinking them numbers every day on Wednesday and Saturday for the Powerball.
So what would you do? Would you take the payout or would you do the monthly?
Oh, well, I didn't know. I didn't know that it's not transferable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would take the lump sum.
Nick, what would you do?
You take the lump sum because if the state goes bankrupt, you don't get your money.
Yeah,
Take it now while you
correct.
can. Then you
The
invest
state
it.
going bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
All right, we got to talk
Yeah.
basketball. when we
We've
come
got
back.
to talk basketball. We do
Because
when we
this
get back.
probably the most ugly, angelic shot I've ever seen to win a game.
Man, I can't believe I cheered. That's what's crazy. Yeah,
I'm
you know me.
shocked.
I know.
Why didn't you text me?
I should have. Hey, this is the Kevin Sutton Show. This is the crew holding it down. Not to worry. We're going to get into a lot of things. NBA. Yeah. Yes, oh yes, we are back. It is Tuesday night here at ESPN 580 Orlando. This is the Kevin Sutton Show, holding it down with the crew. Dr. Phil, Rich, which is Nick. And it's the NBA season.
Christmas.
It's going crazy. Did you send that to me?
It's sending.
Oh, gee. You got an Android.
It's sending.
All right, so I'm amazed. Like I said, I was at the Cinco de Mayo party. I had to stop drinking because I had to drive home. So I sat, ate some food, and drank a bunch of water.
But you don't drink normally though. You're a lightweight. I remember we went at the Bacchus Bash. You drank one sangria and you were like, "Oh, let's party."
Dude, this lady made me a margarita in those big, like the red cups. They're
Solo
like 12
cups.
ounces. Yeah, the solo cup. And I took a sip. It's great, and I passed it to Kevin. Now Kevin had 3 Coronas, 3 Jello shots, and 2 margaritas.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what he's like when he's buzzed or he's drunk.
Oh, he's funny.
I mean,
he's funny because he loosens up.
Yeah.
He dances and everything, and then he feels it later.
He can
he's
loosen
old.
more.
Yeah, that's not to say, Nick. Come
Actually,
on.
Nick, it is one of the things that attract me to Kevin. Kevin can dance.
Don't put him on the radio
And
though,
you
when he
put-
drinks. I have a feeling that would go
I'm
bad.
serious. You put a couple drinks in him, and he really gets on and dances.
Wow.
And so he would leave the music on. What was that song? I forgot what it's called. I don't want to
Back
say.
that thing up.
No. It's one of
Just
those
slide,
songs.
keep it shuffle.
No. It's more of a booty song. I can't think of it though.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
No, you're messing me up, man. Okay, stop.
There you go. How about that one? No.
No, it wasn't it, but it was not Ludacris, but the other guy.
There's a lot of them.
All right, I'm gonna get this when we go to break, and then we'll come back with.
Give me a year.
2001, 2002.
Juvenile.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
think so.
said back that thing up.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Girl, you look good. No, it wasn't that one.
That's back that.
No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. I was okay. All right, so we'll get back to this when we come back. But Kevin was out there dancing, and he was teaching. So there's a lot of Caucasian men there, and Kevin was the only black
White
guy.
guys? So you're saying white guys? This is a nice way of saying white guys, huh?
Yeah.
Nick, you can dance, can't you? I feel like you got some flavor.
You got to get me real drunk. You got to get me real drunk.
Well, Kevin
then stuff happens, but you got to get me real drunk.
Kevin was the only black guy there, okay?
Okay.
And so, when white guys have drinks and stuff, they like, bro,
Yeah.
And so they asked Kevin to teach them some steps.
Oh God.
And so, yeah, it was hilarious. Smack, something smack. I'm trying to think. All right, anyways, as I was drinking my water and those 2 sips that I had off that margarita, because I remember, and this was a family party, so Faith and Lincoln were there too.
Right.
Okay. I watched the game. What a game. What a phenomenal
Now that was game 3,
game.
right?
Yes,
Nick?
it was
in the
game
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was unbelievable. And I said, this is going to go into overtime. We've got 5 seconds on the clock. I realized I don't like Toronto. Now, you guys know I don't like LeBron. I am not a LeBron fan. I have shot him down a lot.
Every single time you can.
Yes. But I think I found someone who I like least, and that is Toronto Raptors.
Why?
Because they were just so bold in his face. They thought they could challenge him. You cannot take this talent and take it to that talent. I'm sorry. And Kevin Love was great Saturday night. Kevin Love was, to LeBron to leave the court and to see Kevin Love step it up, and carry that team was phenomenal. But Toronto was like, they felt like they could challenge LeBron.
There's a promo that's running around on the station. Nick, you've been playing it all day. A clip about Toronto and LeBron. Obviously the series is over, but the big question was, can Toronto beat LeBron? They've always had that problem in the conference semifinals or the conference finals. They have never beaten LeBron.
3 straight years they've been
They have
eliminated.
never beat LeBron.
They've
and they got swept last year too, didn't
yes, they've lost 10 straight playoff games to LeBron
No,
James.
so they've never even won a game.
No, they've won a game. They won. So what happened was LeBron and the Cavs were up 2 years ago, okay? They were up 2-0 in that series going back to Toronto, and LeBron got freaking bored is what happened. And Toronto won 2 games, and they went back to Cleveland, and LeBron won the next 2 games while with the Cavs. Last year, it was a 4-game sweep. LeBron toyed with them for 4 games, and this year, you just saw what
is it about LeBron?
I have no idea.
Why is he Toronto's kryptonite? Because Toronto was number 1.
You're talking to the guy that picked Toronto to win the series in 6. I don't know. Toronto has been the better team. Toronto is the more talented team, but there is a mental block with LeBron James, and when under pressure,
The untangibles, man.
and
It's crazy.
Under pressure, the two guards, Lowry and DeRozan, they revert back to these guys that make mistakes like 8-year-olds in biddy basketball. Like, they get tied up, they turn the ball over, they make dumb mistakes, and it's just the pressure of that moment and playing LeBron. Now, what I will say is this series could very well have been much more competitive if a couple of things went differently. Because don't forget, Toronto had a big lead in Game 1. You got the LeBron game winner in Game 3. This very well could be 2-2 heading back to Toronto. And I don't want to make this sound like I'm making excuses for the Raptors whatsoever, but it was a closer series than the 30-point loss in Game 4 made it look. But still, 4-game sweep, you lost by 30 in that final game.
They
and Toronto
gave up.
quit. Yes.
They gave up.
DeMar DeRozan wanted to get thrown out of the game.
Yeah, they gave up.
Like, he fouled Jordan Clarkson in the third quarter of last night's game. He wound up and hit him. I think he just wanted to go home. They were tired of him.
You know what I think is Toronto's foil? Drake. You know how Jessica...
Don't get me started on
Jessica Simpson was kind of Dallas's and Tony Romo's foil.
Who's Drake dating?
He's not dating. He's dating the city of Toronto.
Yeah.
He's from Toronto, and he's there. He's there at the games.
How does that look now for him to be chirping at the 15th guy on the bench in Game 1 and they get swept 4 games in a row?
That's terrible.
I mean, he's yelling at Kendrick Perkins. If I were Toronto, I would call up Drake and I'd say, you can go to the games. You're going to sit in a suite, though. You're embarrassing us down on the sideline.
You know what's crazy, though, Nick? I mean, okay, I'm not a professional when it comes to basketball, but I have played volleyball, and I've seen a team when they get in your head.
Yes.
How you just lose over the stupidest stuff.
The psychological stuff.
And it's like Toronto, it's like the way they foul, like everyone knows LeBron is a big, drama queen. But they would always foul him. They were always so aggressive. They were always everything. And then you look and you see when LeBron takes this, what was it, 5 seconds left in the game? Or was it
8?
8 seconds.
8. What a call by Ty Lue to go full court on that play, too.
I mean, those guys.
That is the ugliest shot, but the most beautiful shot because he literally tossed the ball maybe 25 feet in the air.
I know.
And it literally just.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. It was a high degree of difficulty falling off to the left with the ball behind him, and he just put it off the glass. Like, go out to your driveway and shoot 100 of those, and if you make 9, I'll congratulate you.
That's what's crazy about it. But you know what else is crazy is, so the whole time, now I will give it to Toronto. They get behind their team. Like, they're all standing up, everything that's going on. They're, like, intense. No one's sitting on the bench, you know?
Yeah.
They're all working it. And you look at Cleveland, and these guys are just chilling. Mm-hmm. They're just chilling in their seats.
Yeah.
But Toronto's in it because obviously the basket where Cleveland would score is right there in front of Toronto. So you just saw every emotion. And when they tied it, it was almost like this, we've got this. We've got this. And I don't think they ever expected.
Well, before okay, so we all know LeBron is the team. And Nick, I'm gonna actually pull that clip up for a second from SNL. But we all know LeBron is the team. He's the whole city of Cleveland. And SNL, they decided to get in on the action. But the crazy part is they didn't air this clip on the show. This was actually cut from the show. But you mentioned Kevin Love. He stepped up. But normally this whole entire playoff series, it's literally just been LeBron James. So Saturday Night Live decided to have a little fun. So Nick, if you have it, okay. So Saturday Night Live decided to have a little fun. So let's play this clip, and then I guess we can go to break from that. We can come back and talk about the rest of the NBA because there are other teams in the NBA. But this is titled "The Other Cavaliers."
LeBron finishing strong on the paint.
The Cavaliers playoffs 2018. We run this league.
Nothing gonna stop LeBron James.
Everybody knows about LeBron.
But don't forget about us.
The other Cavaliers.
And whatever LeBron needs, we'll get it done.
As long as what he needs isn't basketball.
But we've got everything else covered.
Every time LeBron makes a free throw, I'm right there with that high five like, there you go, LeBron.
I always got LeBron's back and his shoulders.
I hold LeBron's third and fourth cell phone. You know that thing when you roll the ball up the court to save time? I'm pretty good at that.
And I only play in blue jeans.
I average 0 points, 0 assists, 6 personal fouls.
I sweep up LeBron's chalk. I run the pick and roll. That's when I pick up LeBron's laundry and roll it on over to his house.
I'm 53 years old. I have 7 kids, and 2 of them are also on the Cavs.
Our point guard is a Roomba.
I'm still learning the rules, and I'm a slow learner.
We run an offense called hot potato. LeBron throws us the ball, we throw it right back. Hot potato.
I shoot granny style. And don't forget about the girl on our team.
It started as a gimmick, but guess who's the second leading scorer on the team? Even though I'm a heavy smoker.
And we're the other Cleveland Cavaliers.
So we all just want to say,
Thanks, LeBron.
Thanks, LeBron.
Thanks, Bron.
Thanks, LeBron.
And hey, sorry, man.
That's cold. That is very, very sad. But you know what? We're going to talk about the rest of the NBA outside of LeBron's team when we get back.
Thanks, LeBron.
This is the Kevin Sutton Show. We're going to come back with that song, too. I'm going to figure it out.
All right.
All right. Yes.
Nick, we still haven't figured it out. The song. We've been here arguing the whole entire time. Myra, what song is it?
I don't know. This is the Kevin Sutton Show. We are back. It is Tuesday night. It feels like Wednesday in the heat of the NBA. Although I am still a Golden State Kevin Durant fan, I have to give props to Mr. LeBron James, or as they call Team LeBron.
Can you say it again?
Team LeBron, based out of Cleveland.
LeBronto, actually. They're in Toronto now. LeBron owns that team,
LeBronto.
too. LeBronto.
Oh, who's your daddy? LeBron James.
Hey, I tell you, I got to give it up to him.
Do you remember his TV show that he had, the cartoon he had? The LeBrons?
No.
Nick, do you remember that?
No, I don't.
What? For real? He had a cartoon. It was on
Cartoon.
LeBron's. Wow,
I remember the puppets. The commercial, the Nike, I think was a commercial.
I have
LeBron,
seen the
all old
baseball
ones.
LeBron Sprite commercial.
Yeah.
He had a TV show called The LeBrons. And it was like the Proud Family, but like LeBron. It was just LeBron.
Actually, I'm going to back up to that Sprite baseball commercial. Nick, what do you think of that? I kind of see it as a mimic to Michael Jordan. Have you not seen it? Where he's pitching on a baseball team?
No. LeBron is?
Yeah.
No.
You've seen it, right, Nick?
No, I haven't. LeBron pitching?
Yeah, it's a LeBron Sprite baseball commercial.
Oh, I think I saw it one time. Yeah, now that you mention it, I think I've seen it one time. I'm trying to remember. I just put he's got the beard and everything. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah. What do you think of that? I kind of, I immediately thought of Michael Jordan.
Well,
why did you think of MJ?
Because Michael is the one that's transitioned to baseball, and he's a phenomenon. And I just feel like we always talk about the GOAT in the NBA, and we've had this conversation on this show about LeBron versus Michael Jordan.
It'll never be settled.
And so I wonder, it's that like a little pick at Michael Jordan.
I don't know.
That's what I immediately read
didn't
into.
make that connection, but
really,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's what immediately I thought of.
I don't know if you listened to Live Local Loud with Nick earlier today. They were talking about Space Jam 2.
Oh, yeah.
With LeBron?
Yeah.
With LeBron.
So there you go right there. That's a pick at Jordan. So how you feel about that? Because Space Jam is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Ever.
Interesting.
Let me ask you a question. Where did your kind of hatred for LeBron start? I don't know if it's hatred. It's just
not hatred. I just don't like him.
Because he used to play the Magic.
Might be
Because
hatred.
he used to play against the Magic and beat the Magic.
Oh.
He beat that famous shot when he beat the Magic, I think, in the play.
2009.
It has nothing to do with the Magic. The Magic haven't been the Magic since, what was it, 98?
No, the Magic haven't been the Magic since the White left.
2012.
I was even pre that. I was still the Shaq, Penny,
okay. Old
Scott,
school.
Yeah, Nick Anderson kind of thing. I just always felt not overrated, but just bolstered. And then when I saw him play, he's a great player. I just remember seeing this little kid who was handicapped, and it was at the Magic game, and he had all his Cleveland gear on, and LeBron never even made eye contact with him. And I just feel like that's just obnoxious of him, that he's just an obnoxious person. And he's talented, and he knows it, and he flaunts it, I feel.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got it.
Yeah, but
You got it,
everything
flop
that
it.
goes up will come down at
Now
some
LeBron.
point.
I don't know.
I don't know about him.
Eventually.
He's one of those guys that really never gotten in trouble. You never hear
Oh,
about
I'm not
crazy,
talking about his personal
all
thing.
types
I'm just
of
talking about even his
different
talent.
kids
There
and all,
will
you
be
know, it's like
someone
he's
who
a-
will come along that will outdo him eventually. I'm not saying it's this year or next year. Could be 3 years from now, 4 years. And I think he's a big actor. I think his next work should be in acting.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Well,
know?
if the rest fall for it, then he's doing a good job. If they, it's like,
He
hey, if
really
they fall for it, then
he puts it on so
Yeah.
thick.
Mhm.
His falls are like, oh.
You didn't hear? You didn't hear about the movie he's doing?
No, what movie?
Oh,
We apparently don't know anything that's going on.
This summer, one man, one mission. LeBron James is the flopper.
you didn't hear about that?
I thought when he got hit on the head on Saturday's game, you would have thought he had a concussion the way he acted. And when I looked at the replay, I'm like, I know he got hit, but the guy didn't bust him in the head like that. Did you see that hit, Nick? When he got hit on the head by one of the Raptors when he was going up? LeBron made it seem like he was like unconscious, like it was just like
LeBron will take moments in a game like that and react that way to make sure that the officials go to the monitor to see if he can get to the line for a flagrant foul.
What's worse, flopping in basketball or soccer?
It's soccer. It's
Soccer's
not even
a lot
close.
worse. Soccer players on the ground rolling around.
Yeah, and a lot of times they trip over their own feet.
Yeah, that's true. But soccer has a lot of concussions.
Yeah,
a lot. I actually heard there's more concussions in soccer than there is in football. Because those are severe hits. Like when you
from the headers.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So we got the rest of the NBA that's around. Does anybody care?
I mean,
honestly,
I'm still keeping an eye on that.
Nick,
Golden
is anybody
State
even
Houston.
caring? Does anybody care about the Western Conference?
I think they do, yes.
I think now they do, now that Houston is going to be playing Golden State.
I'm pretty
right?
sure when we
Yeah.
get to Houston, Golden State, and it's the matchup we've been kind of praying for, yes. But with the way that Houston, well, really with the way that Golden State handled New Orleans early, we kind of knew that was going to be quick. And, I mean, this was a 1-1 series with Utah. Going to that Game 3, there was a lot of pomp and circumstance, and Houston clapped back. So we'll see what Utah does tonight. I mean, they're down 2 with 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. If they win tonight, it gets a little more interesting.
Now, are we automatically saying Cleveland's coming out of the East? Are we just disregarding Boston?
I think
no.
I'm gonna give Boston the kiss of death, and I'm going to pick them to beat Cleveland. I'm sorry, I can't do. I'm sorry.
You know what that means? LeBron's sweeping Boston too.
Yeah.
It's interesting
Poor
about
Boston, but I go with what I feel.
But why? Why Boston?
They're a better team.
Don't get me wrong. I want Boston.
They're a better team. That's why.
I mean, but you guys sat here on this show last week and said Cleveland. We were lucky that they beat Indiana. They were done.
They were lucky they beat Indiana.
But then it was like they're done.
You know why? Boston's not as soft as Toronto. Toronto is a really soft team, and it's funny
because they're Canadians.
If Toronto has Lance Stevenson on their team, Toronto wins that series. As crazy as that sounds, that's a little too much, actually. Hold on, let me reel that back.
Yeah.
But Toronto makes a series out of that, and I think it's much more competitive if they have a tough guy that can kind of push back. Toronto just got pushed around for 4 games. Boston doesn't have guys that are going to allow themselves to be pushed around. I mean, look at some of the characters on that team. Al Horford, he's been around the block a couple of times.
Horford,
yeah,
gangster.
I mean, he's a good, solid vet. I like Al Horford. Marcus Morris is crazy.
Gangster. Who else we got?
Marcus Smart. The 2 Marcuses. Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris. Those guys, they won't be screwed with. So I think Boston has a couple of dudes that if they get pushed, they won't necessarily crumble in the moment. And also they'll get aggressive with Cleveland and bump them around. And there are guys on Cleveland that if they get pushed, they don't like it. Kevin Love doesn't like to be made uncomfortable. He doesn't like to get bumped.
Well, look, his last name is Love.
But I got to tell you, I have watching that game. You got to imagine, no one was there. Everyone was either drinking or smoking cigars or dancing. So I had they had this huge TV, and I sat there by myself with Lincoln.
Yeah, Myra and I both the only sober people at Cinco de Mayo parties. That is just the worst thing ever.
I know. But
did you at least have a taco?
I got to tell you, I was impressed with how Kevin Love handled himself on the court, especially when he was left there without LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Love played really well in that series, better than he did against Indiana. The thumb is getting healthy, too. I mean, he had that thumb injury that really hampered him in that Indiana series. He played a lot better. I think, what did he average, like 20 points a game? I think it was the highest
22, I think
highest point per game total he'd had in the playoffs when playing with LeBron and with Cleveland.
What happened, Rich?
Yeah, I was going to say the interesting thing is that everyone with the big trade last summer between Isaiah and Kyrie, everyone was like, okay, this is going to be the finals on the Eastern and Conference, and how is that going to go? Now that both those guys are not even playing. So I think that's a storyline that people look forward to that's not going to play out. So I think that's but I think the Celtics probably have the edge, like what Nick said, but it's going to be interesting.
The crazy thing is that we can do all the statistics, all the predictions,
Yeah.
and look what happened with Toronto.
Exactly.
Like, look what happened. And so, like, we really don't know, man. Like, there's so many intangibles. Like, what? Like,
I just think that the other intangible is Brad Stevens, the Boston Celtics head coach, and you're going to give Brad Stevens a week, 4 or 5 days to get ready for LeBron James, and it's not going to neutralize him, but I don't think he'll let the bench guys and the other ancillary pieces in Cleveland, the guys not named LeBron, have as much success as Toronto let them have.
So what? How many games do you think this series is going to go?
I think it'll be a long series. I think it'll be 6 or 7 games.
7?
Really?
I think Boston will play that game 7 at home. I would probably pick Boston in 6 because I don't want to pick against LeBron in a game 7. But I think Boston will win in what will be a longer series.
And Boston
6 or
has
7.
home. They have home court, right?
They do.
Okay.
But when you get to a 7th game, that's when I start to feel like, hey, we're gonna go with the best player on the floor. And
So it goes 2-2, 1-on-1, right?
yes,
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm cool with either team going, but I'm going to root for LeBron. I've mainly been an Eastern Conference person, but I like.
But you
Houston.
say honestly, Houston versus LeBron, you're still going Houston?
Yeah, I believe Houston can beat Golden State.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hey,
don't
we'll
know.
see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see because I beg to differ. I think that Golden State holds it down. Hey, it's Time Warp Tuesday. Do we have some fun stuff?
We do.
Yay! And do you think Houston just wraps that? I mean, Golden State just wraps that up with New Orleans? Yes, Nick. Yeah. Nothing much there.
Didn't they already beat them?
yeah, they're up 3-1 though.
Yeah.
3-1. Okay. What quarter are they in?
Well, Houston's playing Utah right now. They're
Okay.
up 41-34, 5.5 to go in the second, and Golden State plays later tonight.
All right, you got it here. We'll be checking in on this West Coast, but also tomorrow's Wrestling Wednesday. Hey, this is the Kevin Sent Show. It's the crew holding it down. We'll be right back. Yes, we are back. This is the Kevin Sutton Show, coming to you live, loud, and proud from ESPN 580 Orlando. This is the crew holding it down as Kevin is out at Winnie Palmer, saving the world.
One dad at a time.
That's right, doing his daddy boot camp class, which we're so proud of him
Hey,
as
what
he
do
continues
you
to
have to do if you want to go?
Just sign up.
Where?
You can go to healthystartorange.org. You can also go on Facebook. They got a website. They got a Facebook page. Doing phenomenal things and helping dads. Really, it's pretty amazing. So I'm very proud of him, and we hold it down for him when he's out doing that daddy thing.
Cool.
But also, I want to remind our listeners, the Kevin Sent Show is proudly sponsored by Cruz and Pascara, PA. Now, we talk about having an attorney, and you may already have one, but you just kind of don't feel like things are going anywhere. You feel like you're calling them, they won't return your calls. You want to know what's up. What's going to happen? Well, Cruz and Pascara, they offer free case review. That's right, free case review. No strings attached. You don't have to sign anything. They're going to go over it. They're going to let you know, are you in the right place? Are things going on correctly, or should you be doing more? Cruz and Pascara, where you're not just a client, you're family. Office is downtown Orlando, 407-841-0200. Feel free to tell them the Kevin Sutton Show sent you. And then also, if you're a little curious and you don't want to approach them yourself, we have introduced many of our listeners to the folks over at Cruz and Pascara. And let me tell you, it's amazing. You'll feel the love immediately.
Yep.
Hey, one of my guys who went to him, he just found out his car got totaled. So the insurance won't pay for anything.
Yeah, that sucks.
Really does. He's carless right now. They took his rental car back yesterday.
That's what they did to me until I had to get the hookup from our old friend.
Yeah.
At,
Yep. But we're going to move on because today is Time Warp Tuesday.
That's right. It is Time Warp Tuesday. Pretty much, we will be taking a trip back in time in sports and entertainment to find out what happened on this day in the past. I also took some stuff from yesterday, too, because today's day is kind of But Myra, I wanted to say that we got a little help for Time Warp Tuesday.
Okay.
This week. We'll be playing it in just a second. But we always say we needed some intern help, right? And interns they're kind of unreliable, Jerome. But I got a new intern. Her name is Alice.
Uh-huh.
She's not a real person, though.
Oh,
so
okay.
But that means she'll be reliable every time. But anyway, Let's get in the time machine. Let's head back all the way to 1967.
All right.
Muhammad Ali. He's indicted for refusing induction into the U.S. Army. That happened on this day.
Wow. What year was that?
1967, so the Vietnam War. All right. 1984, one of my favorite baseball players, Kirby Puckett. He debuts with 4 singles. Also in 1984, the USSR, they announced that they will not participate in the Summer Olympics. That was in Los Angeles. All right, let's head to 1988. Mike Tyson, he crashes his $183,000 Bentley in New York City. All right, let's head to 1994. The Denver Nuggets became the first NBA number 8 seed to beat the number 1 seed.
Which was?
Seattle at the time.
Okay.
Seattle Supersonics were a beast back in the day. All right, 1995. The Minnesota
Supersonics. Isn't that a sandwich now at Sonic?
The Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. This is 1995. The Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians played 17 innings in a total of 6 hours and 36 minutes. Crazy.
Wow.
And in 2006, San Francisco Giant Barry Bonds hit his 713th home run, which brought him 1 home run away from tying Babe Ruth. All right.
Dang.
So in 2006, we had Super Bowl 41. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Seattle Seahawks 21-10. The 2006 NBA Finals, Miami Heat beat the Mavericks. And 2006, the World Series, the Cardinals beat the Tigers. Now, normally we do birthdays. There was only 2. All right, so we got Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell is the Green Arrow on the show, the WB show or CW show. Okay. How old is Stephen Amell?
Go to Nick.
Nick, how old is Stephen Amell?
36, 35.
Rich? Oh.
I would say maybe 37.
Oh! Congratulations, Rich. He's right
Do you
on
know
the
who
money.
he
And
is?
that was a total guess. I have no idea.
37.
Guessed.
All right, and the only other person that has some significance is Enrique Iglesias. Iglesias. Did I say it right?
Now you did.
Iglesias.
Iglesia.
All right, how old is Enrique?
He's 38.
All right. Rich.
Enrique?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I would say 41.
All right, and Nick.
43?
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
He's looking at it.
Nick.
You knew, didn't you?
43. Okay, so now this is where Alice comes in. Nick, if you have the first clip, this is for which song was number 1 and which movie was number 1
All
this
right,
week
I'm ready.
in 2006. So Nick, I already have a music bed, so you can turn that bet off. But yeah, if you don't mind.
Which song was number 1 for the week of May 6th through May 12th in 2006? Was it Daniel Powder, Bad Day?
I'll be back in time. You had a bad day, you take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work and a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't.
Or was it Rihanna with SOS?
I'll be back in time.
Or lastly, was it Tried and Dirty from Chameleon Air?
I'll be back in time.
Rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding.
Oh, that's tough.
All right, so which one?
I'm going to say Bad Day.
Bad Day from Daniel Powder?
Yeah.
I would say the same thing, yes.
Bad Day. And Nick, what do you think?
Riding Dirty.
All right,
Which
so
song was number 1 for the week of May?
So play the second one now. That has the answer, and then the movie one.
Oh, it has the answer in it?
Yep.
All
I didn't
right.
want to spoil it, so you can find out.
The number 1 song this week in 2006 was Rihanna with
She
SOS.
always gets it. She
Yep.
makes me sick.
All right, so the movie one, she's going to say, Alice is going to come right now. She's going to tell you. And then we have like 10 seconds in between before she reveals the answer.
Okay. We got to make it quick.
We do have to make it quick, yeah.
Which movie was number 1 4th week of May 6th through May 12th, 2006? Was it Mission Impossible 3? Or The Da Vinci Code?
Da Vinci Code.
Or lastly, was it Superman Returns?
Myra.
Da Vinci Code.
Rich.
I would say Da Vinci Code.
And Nick.
Mission Impossible 3.
Alice?
Da Vinci Code's a good one.
Yeah, they're all really good, but Alice will tell us.
Whenever you get to it, Alice.
Yeah, she's a little slow. I had to give
The
us some
number
time.
1 movie this week in 2006 was...
Yes.
Now, can I just say I was thrown off because it's not summer yet.
Nope.
Mission Impossible 3 with Tom Cruise, which opened May 5th, 2006.
That's a great song.
And had a box office total of $397 million.
Yep. So that's Time Warp Tuesday, guys. If you want to go to our website, just hashtag Time Warp Tuesday, and you'll find all the clips.
397 million, and that was 2006.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Avengers made that in like 4 days.
My volleyball movie made 4 million.
I'm old enough to remember the original Mission Impossible on TV.
Hey, a little side note: our theme song guy Huey Lewis is going deaf. He had to cancel all of his tours for 2018. He was on Good Morning America. He has a severe deafness, and he's going through a therapeutic new trial to see if he can even hear the beat again to sing.
So you guys, you like how I did that? You like?
I do.
Yeah, that was really
That was
good.
cool,
Okay.
except the music in between. Back in Time. I kept saying, that's it?
Yeah,
The
that's
Back
the
in Time?
song.
The Back in Time.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the Kevin Sutton Show. It's been fun. It's been awesome. You know, the crew always likes taking over because then we don't have to hear Kevin. But he'll be back tomorrow, so boo. Hey, this is the Kevin Sutton Show. I want to thank Phil, Rich Rogers, Mr. Nick for holding it down with us. Remember, you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all under the username Kevin Sutton Show. This is my lady's point of view. It's been an honor to sit in the chair.
Share
Have a
the
good night.
podcast.
All the time. Stinko, 5 stars. Good night.